Perfect. So good evening, everybody, and welcome to our call. I'm super excited, especially for this call tonight, because tonight it's all about the new structure from our quad. I can tell you already, quad is gone, but there is something new coming. But first of all, welcome everybody here on the call tonight, especially the brand new. We're going to be so excited about the support structure we have in the future. Super excited. If I could ask you kindly, if you have background noise, you don't want to talk at the moment, that you mute yourself. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to unmute yourself so that we can talk to each other. So it's an open call. Whenever, wherever you have questions, you can just pop in. That's not a problem. So when we got started with the quad, actually, that is now a year ago, and it's always good to reflect on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, and also on a yearly basis. And from there, when you reflect, to look what is great, what is working fantastic, and where can we improve. If you do over and over the same thing and expect different results, then you might sometimes struggle, because very often you struggle. You want to improve all the time. This is why reflection in your business with what you're doing is very important. And this is what we did with the quad system as well. So first of all, I want to take the time to say thank you to all the quad leaders. We have Ricardo as a quad leader, Nicoline as a quad leader, Liesl as a quad leader, Olivia as a quad leader. We had, lots of different people basically leading the quad already, but these were the consistents, if I may say it like that. Shamima as well. So this was absolutely brilliant, because something like that can only work when you have leaders also contributing. And the idea of the quad was very simple. We want to create more leaders. So the idea of the quad system was basically based on education, activation, duplication, and also support structure, so that you can build a large organization. Even when you have very limited time and you think, I'm so new, I actually don't know what to do with my new people. This is exactly why we formulated the quad and started with the quad. Now there's results from the quad. You must look, when you reflect, also at the results. If you're just busy doing something and you think, yeah, I did something, that's great. But if the results are not there, you might want to change. So we looked at the results from the past year, and we developed wonderful world teams. One is just now, I see her on the call, is Nicoline. So congratulations, Nicoline. We created new active supervisor. One is in qualification right now with the third month, that's Pepe. We developed new supervisor. One I see just now, the call, I forget a couple of people, but Chantal actually supervisor as well. Athena, brand new supervisor, also developed in the quad and now on her way to active supervisor. Brand new qualified producers, MEP qualifiers, I think also of Inya, for example, who is also supervisor now, and of Lelani. So there are so many names, actually I can't put all the names together. New senior consultants out of the quad, and obviously not just that it relates to volume points and your growth in the marketing plan. It also developed a lot of fun, friendship, and what I like the most, it's actually a virtual friendship, because some of you have never seen each other live. You have seen each other only on Zoom calls like now, but you are friends. You call each other, you know personal life stuff from each other, about family, about the kids. And even if it doesn't show right now in volume points, but I can see definitely in some of you, it's the confidence level is growing. And the moment your confidence is growing, your business will grow sooner or later. There is no doubt about it. So there's a lot of good things what we actually developed through the quad. So this is why we don't want to go completely away from the quad system. I feel like there is time for a change, time for an improvement, time for something more sparky for you to even make it better for you. And the first thing what is going to change is the name. I will tell you the name just now. We are super excited about the name, because a lot of people struggled with the quad. What is a quad? A quad was actually, because it's on 4 wheels, it's a vehicle on 4 wheels. This is where the name originally comes from. And a quad was usually 4 people and a quad leader. But it's too complicated for people to understand. So we said, okay, the first thing we're going to change is the name. The second thing we're going to change is the weekly topics. We wanted to make it more practical, and that it's actually stuff what you can implement instantly into your business, far more than we had it before. Yeah. Therefore, we want to have more growth, that you grow your business actually practical more in these 4 weeks, and developing more members, even more fun, more engagement also from your side, more support, and therefore also creating more leaders. I hope you like that. Nicoline, can I come for a hug too? I also want to have a hug. So sweet. Night, night. So this is basically what comes with our new change now. So forget about the quad. The new what we have is called grit. And grit stands for, I like already when you're, yeah. So you can open your microphones. I want to hear some excitement about the new name. I think it was Pepe who is so excited, because grit comes actually from the...
It reminded me of the gym.
You know it from the gym, am I right? So grit is something where you really have the grit, where you're in it to win it. And it stands for G like growth. It stands for we are all responsible for our own growth. We want to make impact, and we are driven by results. So our vision is really with the grit to create a world, to create an environment where everyone can succeed. Your brand new member can succeed. You can succeed. You can bring it to the level where you want to be. So I just want that you open the microphones and tell me how you like it.
It's awesome.
Love it, love it.
Absolutely love it.
That's
fantastic.
Good, good, good. So now I ask the real questions, what we ask always in Cape Town. Are you excited?
Yes.
Come on, then I don't tell you more. Are you excited?
Oh yeah!
Okay, you can see life's still gonna change. So how is the grit group structured? So there is not much change. It's really 4 to 6 members, because this is success proven already. 4 to 6 members, not your direct up or down line, so that you basically feel free in a group and you can basically learn on your own level. One leader who is not your direct upline. So this is just success proven. We don't want to change anything on this one. It is about really 4 weeks mastery. So we keep the 4-week unit, but in these 4 weeks, I just give you now briefly an overview, and then I hand over to one of our awesome leaders, and just to share with you what happens in detail in each week. But to give you an overview, in these 4 weeks, you learn about how to set a clear goal, get a clear vision for your success, and get a clear plan for your success. How to become a master of invitation, how to become a master of presentation, and how to become a master of promotion. And without any further ado, somebody who grew through their quad and is now a grit leader, a well-proven grit leader, because she was very successful and well-known and well-liked actually as a quad leader. And therefore, without any further ado, she gave a lot of input also, especially in these new grit classes. She will explain to you exactly how we run these 4 weeks. You have an overview there, so listen very carefully to our leader all the way from Lephalale, our world team, Nicoline Nodi. Nicoline, are you there?
I'm here. Hi, guys.
Awesome.
Okay. Hello, hello. Okay, so we changed the week's topics up a bit. We spiced it up. So week 1 will be to determine your clear goal or vision for your business. Where do you want to go? Where are you aiming for? Where's your short-term goal, your mid-term goal, long-term goal? So we determine that once, and then we ask you why. Why do you want this business to work so bad? So we determine your own personal why, because everyone's why is different. We create a dream board, because without a dream board, if you don't dream, you don't live. So the dream board is essential. You need to put there up your dreams, big, small, everything in between. You need the dream board up where you can see it every single day, because that is also a big why and a big goal and a vision for you. So we create passion for our businesses, for our teams, for our clients, and we teach you how to get your passion on fire. So we also teach you about time management, how to manage your time better, how to plan your time better, how to put your day in place so that you can achieve your goal at the end of the month. And we create business building habits, everyday tasks, not just every day, just to be consistent, and to keep up your consistency flow through the month. So that we all do in week 1. So week 2, we become a master of invitation. So we teach you how to invite people, how to make invitations, how to speak to people, to invite them so that they are eager to come to your trainings, to your meetings, to your shake parties, pamper parties, whatever invitation you want to make. If you just want to have some get-together, business launch, whatever the event might be, you become a master in invitation. Then we also teach you how to invite people to the wellness assessments, to the HRMs, the BBSs, shake parties, as I said before. And how do you present yourself as a wellness coach? How do you look? How do you speak? How do you talk? So week 3, we become a master in presenting. So how to say the right words at the right time, and to stand in front of people and get the courage to do so. How to make a valid wellness presentation or assessment. How to make a valid business presentation is also very important. It is one of the aspects that you need to know. So we ask around where to find new customers, new members. We teach you how to get new customers and new members, and how to follow up on your prospects. So there will be practical tips on how to follow up. So week 4, we become a master of promotion. What are the actual promotions, the events, special seating, prizes, vacations? So we focus a bit on the big promotions that's running at the moment. To whom can I promote what? So not all of us is going for the vacations. Just some, they might just be going for the smallest promotion at the moment, but they will grow into the bigger ones. How can I promote more effectively? How can I ignite the fire in each other? And that is also very important, to stay near the fire, but you must also ignite the new fire in your fellow members, your fellow clients. How can I make a promotion or an incentive for my own team, my own customers? Celebrate and fix and get ready for the next grid. I can't wait. I hope you can't as well.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much, Nicolene. And I just repeat myself, you have later on also the possibility to ask questions, but we just want to go now a little bit into more detail. How can you join a quad? You certainly have already questioned, and we have a couple of answers to your questions already put together. So without any further ado, I want to hand over to somebody who was involved from the very beginning into the whole quad structure, and now also got involved in the new grid. She was all the way through a quad leader. She is really often a speaker on our Wednesday calls, and she's always a perfect presenter. That's just what I can say. So please, over to our active rule team, all the way from Sunningdale now to Lisa Jardim.
Hey guys, thanks Bia. Good evening everyone. Okay, so hopefully we've created some excitement for you guys so far about what you can expect with the grid. So before I even do this little section here, can I just hear, are you guys excited about what you've heard so far?
Yes.
Yay, I can't wait.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
Yes.
You guys had me worried there for a few seconds now. I was like, oh dear, what did we do? Anyway,
Mommy? Sabe se eu vim ter uma
okay. If you've got background noise, guys, please just mute yourself then quickly again. I'm just going to cover the last couple of things with you guys. So as you guys know, with the quad previously, we had quad prizes. So we had prizes for the best performing leader, and we had prizes for the best performing quad participants as well. But what we've come to realize is that the fact that someone scores a lot of points in the quad doesn't necessarily mean that their business is growing. Okay, so we wanted to reward people who are moving and who are shaking and who are doing the deal. And hopefully with the training that we're going to be doing with you guys in the grid, which like Bia said is really practically focused, you'll develop those skills and learn the things you need to learn to really get your business off to a flying start or to move it on from where it is right now, because it's not just geared for new people. You can be in this business for 10 years already and still be an active participant in the grid if you have specific goals to grow your business from where it is now. So the prizes, we are still going to have prizes, but it's going to be based on people who are active participants in the grid, and they will receive a prize for moving up marketing plan. So if you hit your next level, you are going to get a prize, which I think is pretty cool there, because if you've done the work, you deserve the reward. And that is basically the principle that Herbalife bases all of its promotions on as well. And the great thing about this is that the prize is going to be something very unique. It's not something that Herbalife has available, and it's going to be branded. So you're going to have a lot of people around you jealous. So I hope you guys are excited about that little change, but I think it's also a bit more fair, and it's rewarding people who are actually going out and doing the deal and making things happen for themselves. Right, so we are still going to have a points structure. It's going to look a bit different to what you guys were used to in the quad. But yes, we are still going to be working with points because we want to track what you guys are doing, or what all of us are doing. It's not just for the participants, it's for the leaders as well. The Wednesday calls and the basic training for new members will not fall away. That is still going to be in place. So we're not neglecting the guys who perhaps haven't done the volume yet, or they might have just signed up now and they don't qualify to be part of the grid yet. We don't want to leave them hanging for a month. So the new member kickstart that we have on WhatsApp, that's still going ahead. Plus the Wednesday call basic training is still going to go ahead. Will there be daily tasks that everyone has to do the same? No. This is probably where we're going to have one of the biggest changes. So the tasks will absolutely be related to your goal. So the training and how we're going to approach the grid is really going to be a lot more personalized. It's going to be based on what you want to achieve and what you think is possible for you to do. And then feedback will be based on that. So what is your entry to participate in the grid? We've made a change there as well. The quad system previously was 300 personally purchased volume points, and that got you into the quad. We've decided to make a change because we know that for you to grow and advance in the business as well, we always talk about rowing with two oars. It's not just about PPV, it's about downline volume as well. So we don't want to discourage the guys who perhaps get off to a good start and do their 300 volume points, but they do it with a combination of PPV as well as downline volume. So we want to include people like that in the grid going forward as well. So we're looking at 300 total volume points now. What that means is if you've done 300 PPV, you are qualified to be a participant in the grid. If you've done 200 PPV and 100 is downline volume, you are qualified for the grid. As long as your volume together with your members' volume adds up to 300 or more, you qualify for the grid for the following month. The only requirement we have there is that out of those 300, a minimum has to be 100 PPV. Why do we have that in? Because you should be using the products yourself, and hopefully you have one or two customers. If you're not doing 100 PPV on your own use, you should have your first one or two customers by then already, so it shouldn't be a problem to do the 100 PPV. But we want to include the guys who have a member that perhaps started with them as well, and that member is also already using the product, so they've got some downline volume. We want them included. So how do you join? if you've got your 300 total volume points, there's a link that's going to be shared for the WhatsApp group. It will be shared on the MAP WhatsApp group straight after this call. And you can just click on that and join in. All right. And then the startup call is going to be on Monday evening. That's when we'll do the allocation of the groups and who's your leader for the grid going forward. And you'll receive a special invitation on the WhatsApp group with the call details for you to join. So I really want to encourage you guys, check your volume, see how close you are, have a look at your team members, see how close some of them are. And if you have team members who weren't on the call this evening, pick up the phone and have a chat to them, because I think this is really going to be a game changer. Like Pia said, the Quad has gotten us to a point where we've really built a solid foundation in terms of how we want to do training and mentoring in the organization. But I think what we have in mind with the grid going forward is just going to help elevate everyone's business and everyone's skills and help them to take it even further than what it's done so far. So that's pretty much it from my side. I hope you guys are super excited. We really put a lot of thought and time into this to make the decision, should we or shouldn't we. So we really feel deep in our hearts that this is the right thing to do, and that we've got the best plan going forward now for the meantime. So I hope you guys feel the same, and that we're going to have your active participation and buy-in with it as well. Thanks, Bia.
Fantastic, Liesl. Thank you so much. Liesl, if you just want to open for questions, maybe, if somebody has questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Any questions from anyone? Anything you'd like to know? Or any comments? Please don't make me start singing, guys. Someone say something.
All I have to say is that I'm super, super excited and ready to go. Thank you
Yay.
so much, guys, for this new initiative.
Good.
Yeah, I think it's going to be awesome. Much better, actually.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for
The way
that.
I need to grow, I think it'll help me more.
Awesome. Great. I'm really happy to hear that.
Thank you.
Doris, I see your lips are moving, but your microphone is muted. So I think you just need
Okay.
to...
No.
There we go.
Okay, sorry. So there is this point, grid points. When you say there are individual tasks, maybe, so how are the grid points put together?
You'll have to wait and see until we send out the sheet. So you're not going to get daily specific tasks of things that need to be done. You'll see with the goal sheet and things that you guys are going to have to complete at the start of the quad, what you do is going to be based on that, and the points will be allocated based on those things. So you'll see some similarities. There are still going to be points allocated for things that we did have on the quad sheet, but it's really going to be tailored, because our thinking is, you know what your next level is that you want to reach. You know in what time frame you want to do it. So we're giving you the responsibility to set the goals for yourself. And our job as quad leaders and your quad buddy, I'm so used to saying quad. Our job as your grid leader and your grid buddies is basically to help you and to see, okay, so this is what Doris did in week 1, and this is how she hit some of her targets, but she didn't hit all of it. So how can we help Doris brainstorm of what else she can do so that next week she can actually hit the target she was aiming for? If that kind of gives you, I know it might sound a little bit cryptic, but that is kind of what we have in mind. So we don't want to tell you what to do, you know. We want you to understand how to do the goal setting. So based on your goal, how do you engineer your plan per week and per day in terms of the activities that you want to put in? And we want to help you get the tools and the skills that you need to make it happen for yourself, because we all know there isn't a one size fits all. And what works for me might not work for Athena. But what I do might work for you, Doris, you know, and vice versa. So it's going to be so much more interactive as well. And it's really going to be like a team working together to help each other grow and achieve their goals. But what I love about it is that you determine what that is. It's not us telling you, you should be doing this.
You're handing over more responsibility and accountability to us.
That's exactly it, and that's why the R in GRID really stands for responsible, because we all need to take responsibility for our own businesses.
Right.
But at the same time, if we together take responsibility for each other, there's so much more power in numbers and helping each other grow instead of you trying to figure it out on your own. So this is why we don't
That's
see the
awesome.
grid as something new. We see the grid as something that flows out of the quad system. It's optimizing what we did with the quad and basically taking it to a next level, because we've
Next level.
identified some areas where people might need a little bit more assistance, and where we picked up people might be experiencing a bit of a gap in what they want to achieve and what they're currently doing. So we're trying to bridge the gap with that. Will it be perfect? I don't know. I don't think anything ever is, but you know, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, you're not going to get that. So sometimes we need to make a couple of changes and see where it takes us.
Good.
There's a message here from Lilani. She says, love it with 3 exclamation marks. So fantastic. Thanks for that feedback, Lilani. Just as excited. Anyone else? Doesn't look like it, Bea.
Okay, fantastic. So thank you very much, Nicolene Liesel, in preparation already for the call. This was extra time you basically got involved. And if I can choose, I need Olivia in my life at this stage, need to get back into everything that got me down. So you're gonna have it with the grid. I can tell you already, you better submit your name to the grid. The WhatsApp group is already open for the grid. So the link is already on the map group, so you can join instantly. But what you need to do before you even join now, 2 things I need to tell you now. Some of you here on the call have team members. So it's not just about yourself, it's actually about your team members as well. So the power of the grid will come for you in the future by answering yourself the question, how many people do you have in the grid? How many people do you have qualifying for the grid? Now, we have the nice opportunity that the month is not finished today. You know that there was some technical issues over the month. So we urged basically the company to please give us another day to finish off the month, because some people really struggled in certain areas with ordering. And so we got the release right now that actually Europe, Middle East and Africa has another day, and we can finish off July tomorrow. If you're serious and really love the grid, then it's going back and do the homework and look at the volumes from your members in your downlines, who can still make it for the grid. And there's another nice announcement. If you have brand new members, you possibly make with them a shake party on the weekend, maybe a pamper party. Maybe you just want to do it now, because when they achieve 300 volume points, either for July or for August, before the 5th of August, they still can join the grid.
Hey.
So if you want to get people in the grid, this is your time right now, where not just you from your early beginnings are in it to win it, you have also in the other, you must know when you get members or have members in the grid, they are not in your group, but they are in other groups and they're learning similar stuff. But so you can grow much faster and independently from each other. So your members, you don't need to take too much care of them. They are also taken care of. So your focus must be always, okay, get yourself in the grid if you haven't been in the grid yet. But most important is that you start to think, okay, how many people do I have in the grid? How many can I still get in the grid? And this must be a question from the beginning of the month till the end of the month, but specifically now, because we start brand new, it's really worth it. I had just now a look before we got started in the call, really into who still can make it and who made it already and is probably not now on the call. So you can't rely on this call. You can't rely on what we have sent in the map group. You really, best advice I can give you right now, when you're excited about the grid, you pick up the phone and talk to all your members where you can see they want to grow something, they want to establish something for their future, and tell them, hey, let's do the 300 volume points. And as I told you, maybe they have already a little bit downline volume. Liesl told you. So the 300 in total, their downline volume and their own PPV, but it should be at least 100 PPV so that we know they're using the products by themselves, then they can be in the grid. So really make there your homework, and let's get started on a very, very exciting note. So without any further ado, if you have questions, you just come back to us, but quick. Nicolene, Liesl, thank you very much for preparation before doing the call now. And there's a lot of preparation still till Monday, till we get officially kicked off. But I'm looking forward to that one. It will be so exciting. You will be chuffed. You don't even can understand right now what you get out of that, I can tell you. So now I stop it because we have the supervisor call at 9 o'clock, so don't forget the supervisor call. Love you all. Thank you very much for being on the call. Have an exciting evening.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye, everybody. Have a lovely evening further.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Asad. Bye, everybody.
Bye.